the heck? Why does my OBS look like this now? What? I didn't ask for this OBS. Why's everything gotta look so slick, so smooth? Ugh. Freaking kids these days. My alarm finds me about 20 minutes earlier than normal this Friday morning. Even after what might have been the longest sleep of my life, the disruption to my... It's still a lot for me today. The disruption to my daily rhythm is enough to leave me feeling absolutely miserable. But the pain ain't on. With rehearsed solidity, I execute a perfect combat roll out of bed, tucking forward and solidly cracking my forehead against the hardwood floor. I groan as I stagger to my feet. My name is defeated for yet another day. I must gather myself, but I have to face it again tomorrow. I also need to get ready for class, but that's besides the point. Closing in on 2 weeks into my year at Vocaldera Bay, and my morning is beginning to become quite routine. Brush my teeth, shower, slide into the day's and every day's clothes, and shuffle into the kitchen for breakfast. The most important meal of the day is suitably high class. A bowl of off-brand cereal. I don't exactly want more, but it's not like, why is that uppercase I? I have a choice on the matter either. My kitchen isn't exactly well stocked to begin with, but just as I've settled into fairly predictable routine, so has it. Fairly predictable state of scarcity, that is. I contemplate that fact as I alternate between taking bites of Fukuyaraptor. Oh god. Fukuyaraptor. God, it's so awkward to mix fucking languages like that. What are you doing? Like Fuku Raptor works, but you can't go blending your goddamn syllables. Bite, scroll, bite, scroll. Part of the deal when it came to relocating myself down south was receiving a monthly allowance from my parents. Given that this was my first time ever living outside of the household, and with no prior savings to my name, it was necessary. That's not to say I didn't have anything on my bank account, just not much. I can admit that I haven't exactly been the most frugal person with my blowing it all on monthly video sales, which left me with a vast backlog of games I've yet to play, and a vast wasteland of my dollars used to be. Well, I've actually made it a bit of a thing for myself to start catching up on stuff instead of buying new. The allowance should have been enough to... God, what is going on? Why can't I breathe? Ugh. I aired out my room. That shouldn't be the issue. Ugh. Just like a part of my body is like Safino. We're miles underwater. I was left to cover me, but Mom and Dad seemingly forgot that the prices here in Vocaldera are surprisingly worse than they were back home, which means that monthly payment has been to be stretched paper thin to actually cover me for a month. My spoon begins to clink against the bottom of the bowls I let out of sight. What? Problem for later. Let's get to the first. Rising from my kitchen table, I toss the bowl and utensil into the sink. I slip my backpack over my shoulders and do the usual pat-pats in my pockets. Make sure I got everything. Phone, keys, wallet, yep. And then do the equally usual repeat pat check to make sure I'm not hallucinating. It's definitely all there. The second result, same as the first. Labor go-go. I step out the front door of my apartment. The faint groaning of the stairwell's wood beneath my feet greets me, and Vocaldering's morning sunshine rushes to wrap me in an embrace. What the fuck is going on? I had just a fine talk just 2 minutes ago. Why am I suddenly just choking up? Both it and the smothering heat that accompanies it. I'm starting to get used to it, but it's going to take a while before I don't feel like I'm frying every time I leave the comfort of an AC. Locking the door behind me, I begin to make the treacherous descent. Jesus fucking Christ, I don't care what your house looks like, Anon! That's the big bucks. Well, the big bucks made sense in Vocaldera and called Goodbye Volcano High because it literally takes place in the Jurassic whatever. You know, more oxygen in the air or whatever the fuck was going on at the time. I didn't even know if that was still true by the time dinosaurs came around. Especially since people are just mixing and matching that shit, and it's like millions of years apart, buddy. It's like how Anon just gets startled by a fucking bug. Is this supposed to mean anything, or is it just like, oh no, the bug is big. It's a reference to the game. I shake my head to McDonald's road north as well as off, even worse. Even their pets are fucked. I thought Josh might have been some kind of anomaly. Oh yeah. They call trilobites. I mean, trilobites are kind of freaky, man. This guy's got something going on. Something out of a flood level, but they put a leash on the name of princess. Absolutely backwards culture. Fucking meteor dodgers. No, I mean, they don't like fur. Because, you know. I don't know. Why wouldn't they like fur? Because the humans were the ones who get too hot, if anything. So it's beginning to become a bit ironic given last week's media craze. I keep switching back to Dutch. Is that the problem? Have I said too many Dutch words of late? And so my throat is like, no, English! Thoughts of the topic accompany me as I make my way down to the sidewalks of my local area. Before long, I'm deviating from my usual path. Maybe it's because I'm playing too much ramp. I'm too used to improvisational speaking, and compared to reading and writing or reading. I've got a new side destination to find today. It's the entire point I got up earlier. Just like I had predicted. It's barely been a week, and the news has already begun to move on from CO 103. A few talking heads are still mentioning it, but the headlines have begun to largely become dominated by recent police brutality scandal up in the Midwest. Social media has absolutely shifted focus. The Asteroid gimmick accounts are beginning to rebound to the latest fads. I mean, they weren't Asteroid gimmick accounts. I mean, maybe they were. You know, that caught them the craze, and now they're just gimmicking around. But there were also prior ones who jumped onto this one, you know? Comes from both sides. Combining that with the fact that there are 0 spots of service fuckery or power outages since Wednesday night, I think the oddity is past. Absolute nothing burger for media fucking figures. It is kind of weird, right? Like, I guess we're not doing the Ass story then, which is weird because the implication of the opening scene is that it is. Why are you even including it at that point? Is it just to prove Anon right? It feels like a weird thing to do, though. I let out a huff of scornful disappointment at the fact, as though to hurt the Pistons. Now, I'm like distant space, like my brain is trying to cram things together. To hurt the distant space rock's feelings, as my final objective comes to a bus stop. Jesus fucking Christ, it took you this long to get to the damn bus! Something special. I don't fucking care what your bus stop looks like! What the fuck are you talking about? Dude, I'm pretty sure Volcano High is the kind of world where if you have, like, you can just get free public transport. If only for students, which you are. I'm pretty sure I had free public transport, but I was a student. Cool middle bench. Jesus fucking Christ, it's a bus stop, Anon. No one cares. How many words deep are we? We are... Like, this is what I fucking mean, right? With how this shit doesn't go anywhere. It's been 1,500 words. We could have had a chapter by this point. And we're at a bus stop. Nothing has happened. All we know is that the media has moved on. Anon's fucking poor. And Anon's fucking poor. Great. Really needed 1,500 words to establish that. More long appears to get even better because, Jesus fucking Christ, I don't care. What the hell is that snoring? Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh, cringe member hitting me right in the face. Ow! I know it's probably the engine, but the public NR does imply that there's not that much traffic in town. Do we ever see... I don't think we ever have a bus scene. Man, that engine really could not handle characters, like, doing shit. Constantly, like, at exactly the same... That's what I mean with, like, when we found those storyboards. Is they're way more dynamic and interesting in terms of positioning and pacing and everything and angles. And what we get is, like, shot, reverse shot all the fucking time. There's never a zoom out, never any energy. It's always shot, reverse shot. And maybe sometimes they have, like, some art. Like, when they lay on the floor and they have that little chit-chat, it genuinely feels like the only reason they had that is because they already had that. That was not like something they could afford with the budget they had remaining at that point. It just happened to lay around at that point. Like, I appreciate your willingness to optimize your resources, but goddamn, dude, doesn't that tell you something? I feel like you could have just, like, if you really, really want it, right, to do all of this, you just start off with, I wake up, I got a free bus pass from the principal, or my principal told me where to get a free bus pass. People moved on from the Meteor, and here we are. That's what, 100 or 200 words? How does it take these motherfuckers like 8 times as many words to say half as much?